Students, this is Hani Saxena. Today we will start grade 10th lesson 6 life processes. The topic which we will cover today, that is nutrition. But before that, don't forget to subscribe my channel for more updates. So students, let's begin. You all can see on your screen the topic which we are going to discuss today, that is nutrition. What is nutrition? Why it is important? So nutrition means obtaining food and utilizing it for growth, development and repairment of cell. So students, now let's try to understand it with the help of this given figure. As you all can see on your screen, people of different age group doing different activities. Like us, we all do different activities whole day. We used to fall, we used to repair ourselves. So for all that thing we required energy, and that energy is given to us by the food we take, that is from the nutrition. So on that basis, nutrition are further divided into two types, that is autotrophic nutrition and heterotropic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, as its name suggests, auto means self, tropic means synthesize. So autotrophic nutrition are those nutrition in which living organisms prepare their food themselves, like plant used to prepare their food themselves only through the process of photosynthesis. So autotrophic nutrition are those nutrition in which living organisms manufacture their food themselves. Its example is plant only. On the other hand, heterotropic nutrition are those nutrition in which organisms depend on other organisms for their survival. These are of further three types, that is saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition, saprophytes are those organisms which depend on dead remain of other animal, that is, they feed on dead remain, like jackal, eagle, vulture. Parasites are those organisms which live on the body of a host, like worms and lice. Holozoic are those organisms which inject the food or their prey altogether, like snake. So we can say that all these organisms are depending on other organisms for their survival, directly or indirectly. So now we will see with the help of this flow chart what is autotroph and heterotroph. Autotrophic nutrition means providing organic nutrient from inorganic substance, means organic nutrient from inorganic nutrient, matlab carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives sugar C6H12O6 plus oxygen. So in this way it is taking carbon dioxide and water from the atmosphere and roots and preparing sugar. So organic nutrient from the inorganic substance. Whereas heterotroph nutrition means obtaining organic nutrient by feeding on other living organism, like we have seen just now, जैसे कि saprophyte, parasites या हम depend करते हैं directly or indirectly on plants or animal for our survival, whereas autotrophs are plant only which manufacture their food themselves. Now we will see few example of it. Saprophytes are vulture, eagle. Parasites are worms, lice. Holozoic snake, whereas autotrophs are plant which prepare their food through the process of photosynthesis. Students, as you all can see on your screen, the process of photosynthesis. Plants take carbon dioxide from atmosphere, water and mineral from roots and prepare their food on the leaf of a plant in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. This process is known as photosynthesis. So what we can say, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis वो process होता है through which plant prepare their food. As you all can see on your screen, plants take carbon dioxide from atmosphere. As you all can see on your screen, CO2 plus 6H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2. C6H12O6 is sugar substance. So this is the process of photosynthesis, and oxygen is released out as a byproduct which is utilized by us. So this is the process of photosynthesis. I hope it is clear to you all. So students, now we will see how digestion take place in human being or nutrition in human being. As you all can see the diagram of alimentary canal on your screen, our alimentary canal consists of mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. It also includes some glands, that is salivary gland, then liver, pancreas and gallbladder. So our alimentary canal consists of all these things and it helps in the process of digestion. Now what is digestion? Digestion means the breaking down of complex food material into simpler substance. कि डाइजेशन क्या करता है, कॉम्प्लेक्स फूड मटेरियल को सिंपलर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करता है. एंड व्हाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू कन्वर्ट द कॉम्प्लेक्स मटेरियल इनटू सिंपलर फॉर्म, so that blood can easily absorb the nutrient from it. And why blood used to absorb the nutrient from the food material? So that it can easily reaches to all part of our body. So digestion में क्या होता है, डाइजेशन में कॉम्प्लेक्स फूड मटेरियल को कन्वर्ट किया जाता है सिंपलर सब्सटेंस में, so that blood can take it, जिससे कि ब्लड उसे कंज्यूम कर सके या एब्जॉर्ब कर सके, और ब्लड से वो कहाँ पहुँचते हैं, टू ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ आवर बॉडी. So in this way digestion take place. Now we will see each part of alimentary canal thoroughly so that we can understand it properly. How does digestion take place in our body? But before that, let's recall that our alimentary canal comprise of mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. And few main associative glands are salivary gland, gastric gland, liver and pancreas. Now we will see each part of alimentary canal and its importance. So the first part from where digestion begin is mouth. Digestion begin from the mouth or buccal cavity. Now, as you all can see on your screen, our mouth is mainly comprised of teeth, tongue and gland. So what is the function of teeth? Teeth helps in grinding or chewing the food. Tongue helps in rolling the food, and salivary gland secrete saliva, which comprise of enzyme called salivary amylase and convert sugar into maltose. So in mouth, with the help of teeth, tongue and salivary gland, we digest our food. It means when we keep our food in our mouth, it start converting into maltose in the presence of enzyme salivary amylase, which is present in saliva. So हमने अभी क्या पढ़ा कि हमारा माउथ जो है वो कंप्राइज है तीन मेन पार्ट से, दैट इज टीथ, टंग एंड सलाइवरी ग्लैंड. टीथ किस में मदद करते हैं, टू ब्रेक और ग्राइंड फूड, खाने को तोड़ने में. टंग उसे रोल करने में मदद करती है. एंड सलाइवरी ग्लैंड क्या करते हैं, सलाइवा को सिक्रीट करता है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सलाइवरी अमाइलेज और कन्वर्ट करता है शुगर को इनटू मैल्टोज. तो इस तरीके से क्या होता है, हमारा फर्स्ट प्रोसेस डाइजेशन का बिगिन होता है एंड देन फूड रीचेस इनटू द ईसोफेगस. So as you all can see on your screen, there are two types of pipes present in your throat region, that is windpipe and food pipe. Food pipe is also known as esophagus. It helps in pushing the food from esophagus to the stomach through peristaltic movement. And what is peristaltic movement? The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of wall of esophagus is known as peristaltic movement. There is no digestion take place in it as there is no enzyme present in it. So now let's recall what we have studied with the help of this giving chart. Mouth, intake of food. Teeth, chew or grind the food. Tongue, help in rolling or tasting the food. Salivary gland, secrete salivary amylase from saliva and convert sugar into maltose. So in this way, food reaches from mouth to the esophagus or food pipe, and from food pipe it reaches to the stomach. So what is mouth or buccal cavity? Buccal cavity, which is consist of teeth and tongue. Salivary glands are also present in our mouth. The tongue has a gustatory receptor which perceives the sense of taste. The tongue helps in turning over the food so that saliva can properly mix in it. Teeth help in breaking down the food into smaller particles so that swallowing of food becomes easier. So what we have studied just now. Now let's imagine that you are eating food. So what you have done, you have taken a bite from your food and put it inside your mouth. Then with the help of teeth and tongue, you will chew and roll the food. Then saliva is secreted from the salivary gland, which consists of salivary amylase and helps in conversion of sugar or starch or glucose into maltose. Now food reaches into our stomach through esophagus, and our stomach secrete enzyme called gastric juice. In gastric juice there are present three things, that is HCl, mucus and pepsinogen. HCl kills the germ and also convert pepsinogen into active form, that is in pepsin. Pepsin helps in digestion of protein, whereas mucus protect the wall of the stomach. So as you all can see on your flow down of fat molecule into simpler molecule. So bile juice क्या करता है, वो emulsification में मदद करता है fat molecules के into simpler substance. Now here is also present pancreas, and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice comprise of two parts, that is trypsin and lipase. So small intestine में pancreas secrete करता है pancreatic juice, जो कि कंसिस्ट होता है टू पार्ट से, दैट इज ट्रिप्सिन एंड लाइपेज. Trypsin helps in the digestion of protein, whereas lipase help in the digestion of fat. So here in the small intestine, digestion of fat as well as protein takes place. So now food reaches into our stomach through esophagus or food pipe. As you all can see on your screen in the giving diagram, this is our food pipe. ये क्या है, हमारी food pipe है, and it is connected to our stomach. So now food reaches into our stomach, and stomach contain gland called gastric gland. Gastric gland secrete enzyme called gastric juice. Gastric juice consists of three things, that is HCl, mucus and pepsinogen. Now we will try to understand it with the help of this chart. So in stomach there is present gland that is called gastric gland. Gastric gland क्या secrete करता है, कौन सा enzyme secrete करता है, gastric juice. Gastric juice किससे बना होता है, three things, that is pepsin, HCl and mucus. Now what is the function of each? Pepsins help in the conversion of protein. HCl kills the germ and also convert pepsinogen into its active form, that is pepsin. It also acts as an acidic medium, and mucus protect the wall of the stomach during the action of HCl. तो म्यूकस क्या करती है, वॉल को प्रोटेक्ट करती है स्टमक के जब HCl की सिक्रीशन होती है. सो आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू ऑल. स्टमक क्या होता है? नाउ वी विल स्टडी. स्टमक इज अ बैग लाइक ऑर्गन. जस्ट नाउ यू हैव सीन वो किस तरीके से होता है, इस तरीके से ईसोफेगस से कनेक्टेड होता है, एंड दिस इट इज कनेक्टेड लाइक दिस. सो दिस इज अ बैग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. हाईली मस्कुलर वॉल ऑफ द स्टमक हेल्प इन चर्निंग दी फूड. इसकी वॉल्स क्या करती हैं, फूड को डाइजेस्ट करने में मदद करती हैं. द वॉल्स ऑफ द स्टमक सिक्रीट हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड. हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड किल्स द germs which may be present in food. Now we will see further. Moreover, it makes the medium inside the stomach acidic. The acidic medium is necessary for gastric juice to work, क्योंकि वो क्या करता है, पेप्सिनोजन को पेप्सिन में कन्वर्ट करता है. The enzyme pepsin secreted in the stomach does partial digestion of protein. वो क्या करता है, प्रोटीन को डाइजेस्ट करने में मदद करता है. The mucus secreted by the stomach saves the inner lining, inner wall of the stomach from getting damaged from the hydrochloric acid. So I hope it is clear to you all. क्या हुआ? We will recall it one more time that from esophagus food reaches into our stomach. Stomach में क्या होता है, ग्लैंड प्रेजेंट होता है. कौन सा ग्लैंड? गैस्ट्रिक ग्लैंड. गैस्ट्रिक ग्लैंड क्या सिक्रीट करता है? एंजाइम. उस एंजाइम को क्या बोलते हैं? गैस्ट्रिक जूस. गैस्ट्रिक जूस में क्या होते हैं? 3 तरीके की चीजें, दैट इज म्यूकस, HCl एंड पेप्सिनोजन. HCl क्या करता है? जर्म्स को किल करता है, मीडियम को एसिडिक बनाता है, और पेप्सिनोजन को एक्टिव फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करता है. किस फॉर्म में? पेप्सिन में. पेप्सिन क्या करता है? पेप्सिन हेल्प्स इन द डाइजेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन, while mucus helps in protecting the wall of the stomach. Now food finally reaches into the small intestine, and here digestion completed. So now we will see this flow chart to understand or recall what we have studied just now. So our intestinal enzymes helps in the conversion of carbohydrate into glucose, fat into fatty acid convert into glycerol, protein into amino acid. In a small intestine, villi are present. Villi are this straight projection like structure present which increase the surface area of small intestine. और surface area क्यों बढ़ाती है? So that it can absorb more food into the blood. So now through villi, digestion of or absorption of more food material take place into the blood. Then there is secretion from the liver and pancreas take place. Liver secrete bile juice. Bile juice helps in the emulsification of fat molecules. Emulsification of fat molecules मतलब larger fat molecules को convert करता है through emulsification into simpler substance में. Pancreas secrete pancreatic juice जो कि contain करते हैं 2 types of enzyme, that is pepsin and trypsin. Trypsin helps in the conversion of protein into peptones, whereas lipase help in the conversion of fat into glycerol. So in this way digestion completed over there. So now let's read so that you can understand it more. It is a highly coiled tube-like structure. The small intestine is longer than the large intestine, but its lumen is smaller than that of large intestine. The small intestine is divided into 3 parts, that is duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Now, liver is the largest organ in the human body. The liver manufactures bile, which get stored in the gallbladder. From the gallbladder, bile is secreted or released as it is required. Then pancreas Pancreas is situated below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice which contain many digestive enzymes, that is trypsin and lipase. Then bile and pancreatic juice go to the duodenum through hepatic pancreatic duct. Bile break down fat into smaller particles. This process is called emulsification. After that, the enzyme lipase digests fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Trypsin or chymotrypsins are enzymes which digest protein into amino acid. Complex carbohydrates are digested into glucose. The major part of digestion takes place in the duodenum. Now we will see the next part. And no digestion takes place in the jejunum. The inner wall in the ileum is protected into numerous finger-like structure called villi. The surface area inside the ileum so that the optimum absorption can take place. Moreover, villi also reduce the lumen of the ileum so that food can stay to a longer duration in it. For optimum absorption of food is absorbed by villi. So हमने अभी पढ़ा था कि स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में क्या होता है. स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन लार्ज कॉइल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होती है जो कि हेल्प करती है इन द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ फूड मटेरियल थ्रू villi. Now it secrete two types of enzyme that is secreted from the liver and pancreas. Pancreas secrete pancreatic juice in which two enzymes are present, that is trypsin and lipase, whereas liver secrete bile juice. Bile juice helps in the emulsification of fat. Now food finally digests in small intestine. Now undigested part or undigested food pass into large intestine. As you all can see on your screen, this is a diagram of large intestine. Large intestine. So what is the function of large intestine? It is a coiled structure which helps in the removal of undigested food particles from the body through anus and rectum. So now we will see to it to understand it more. Large intestine is smaller than small intestine. Undigested food goes into large intestine. Some water and salt are absorbed by the wall of large intestine. वाटर और सॉल्ट को क्या करती है, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन की वॉल एब्जॉर्ब कर लेती है. आफ्टर दैट द अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड गोज टू द रेक्टम एंड फ्रॉम देयर इट इज एक्सपेल्ड आउट थ्रू द एनस. Large intestine absorb excess of water. The rest of the material is removed from the body by the anus. So finally the process of digestion completed over here. Means all the nutrient particle is absorbed by the small intestine and finally digestion takes place in small intestine. Now the undigested part move into the large intestine where large intestine remove the unwanted waste from the body through anus.
So don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Let's understand it more with the help of this diagram.
In the mouth, the food is ground to a paste by teeth and saliva. Saliva is a watery fluid, not only makes the food soft and wet. It also has an enzyme called salivary amylase which partially digests the sugars. Now, the food has to reach the stomach through a pipe called esophagus. The muscles of the esophagus contract rhythmically to move the food through it into the stomach. Stomach is a large muscular hollow organ in which the food is thoroughly mixed with more digestive juices secreted by gastric glands present in the walls of the stomach. These juices include 1. Pepsin, a protein digesting enzyme. 2. Hydrochloric acid, to provide acidic medium for the proper action of pepsin. And 3. Mucus, to prevent the damage of stomach wall by the action of HCl. At the end of the stomach, a sphincter muscle slowly releases the food into the small intestine. the longest part of the alimentary canal, which is highly coiled to get accommodated in small space. It receives pancreatic juice from the pancreas, intestinal juices from the glands in the intestines, and bile juice from the liver. Pancreatic juice and intestinal juices contain enzymes like trypsin, lipase, pancreatic amylase, peptidases, and nucleases. Bile does two things. 1. It breaks the fats into smaller droplets, providing more surface area for the quick action of enzymes. 2. Bile makes the intestinal pH too alkaline, so by that the digestion of fats and carbohydrates is facilitated. These enzymes finally make the carbohydrates to sugars, proteins to amino acids, and fats to fatty acids and glycerol. The inner lining of the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi, where the nutrients derived in digestion are absorbed into the bloodstream. The unabsorbed food is sent into a large intestine where water is absorbed and the rest is excreted out through anus.